Today, we're going to talk about the best 5 Telecasters on a budget range from 2024. Stick with me, and the last one, I have a special offer to you. Let's take a look. What's up, fellow budget tone chasers? Welcome back to the second video of the series here at the channel. As you saw, previous week we started finally telling about the 5 best Stratocasters on the budget market that we have in 2024. And as you requested us, today we're going to talk about the Telecasters, or the T-style guitars that are in a budget market with really good cost-benefit ratio and, of course, always under 500 bucks. Before we start, that quick disclaimer, remembering what is the criteria that we're going to use. So I'm avoiding speaking about the big brands, so like Squier or Epiphones and so on, because I believe that those are pretty much understood and really well known. So let's start straight to the point. Let's take a look on the first guitar. The first guitar on the list, it's actually the Harley Benton Tele TE62cc. What, honestly speaking, it's the best affordable Telecaster, not only of 2024, but I would say that it was in my list since the moment that it was released, probably 2 years ago. It is the go-to solution for lots of people that are placed in Europe, and now that Harley Benton is starting to expand also to other continents, it becomes also an interesting option to other countries. Let's take a look at the specs. So, as always, I'm going to take a look at my mobile because, of course, I'm not able to memorize all those things. So, we're talking about a guitar that has body in basswood, the neck made of vintage caramelized maple, in shape of a modern D, and it has also the fingerboard in vintage caramelized maple. Understanding that this guitar, of course, it's not a single piece neck, so you're going to have actually matching woods, but with a separated piece of wood for the fingerboard. We talk about a dual action truss rod, a scale of 648 millimeters, a fingerboard radius of 305 millimeters, a nut width of 42 millimeters, and 21 frets. So pretty standard, basic Telecaster, pretty much comparable to what you would find in a Fender or a Squier one. When we talk about the pickups, it brings the amazing Roswell pickups that, if you already know Harley Benton, you probably do not doubt anymore the potential of those affordable pickups. So if you are interested in having a guitar that you would like to purchase and don't want to spend so much on exchanging or upgrading pickups, the Roswell are amazing as a starting point. In terms of hardwares, it has a hardtail bridge in ashtray vintage format, but it has a really nice thing that is actually the string through body, what is really good for sustain and also to keep the tuning of the guitar. Finally, we're talking about basic Cluson style machine heads, so not locking tuners, and pretty decent ones. Even though it is a too basic guitar, it is actually pretty straight to the point, as all the Telecasters actually are, and it brings really good quality for the price that you are paying. The current price of the Tele is 150 bucks. What, honestly speaking, I could not think about the most affordable guitar, especially for those who are starting to play guitar and would like to try their luck. So the Harley Benton, for sure, it's a really good bet if you're starting. Now, let's take a look on the second option of the list. For the second option, I'm bringing a fresh release. I'm talking about the Jet JT300, which is a Telecaster that was released maybe 6 months ago from the Jet Guitars. A really nice brand that unfortunately is not going to be able to find worldwide, but if you have access to the Jet Guitars in your country, it's something that is worth it to take a look. Talking a little bit about the specs of the Jet, it has basswood body, the Canadian roasted maple, and for some of the finishing options, you're going to have also the roasted maple matching the fingerboard, or you could even find the fingerboard in real rosewood. What is really nice for this price standing point of guitar? Talking about neck shape, it is a modern C neck shape and with a radius of 9.5 inches. The nut width is 1.65 inches, what is the 42 millimeters. The nut is in bone, so not a plastic or not a composite one. What is really nice, even in terms of tune stability, it has the same double action truss rod as the Harley Benton, which helps you to set your guitar a little bit easier. The string scale, we're talking about 25.5 inches, what again, it's pretty standard for the Telecaster, and 22 frets. It brings their own pickups, which are basically SS, so single coil, ceramic pickups. So they are not Alnico 5 as the Harley Benton ones, but they are sounding really well. Of course, it's important to understand that there's no better or worse when it comes to Alnico or to ceramic ones, but they have different voicing. So if you are interested on a really good ceramic voicing pickup, probably this guitar would make a little bit more sense to you compared to the Harley Benton one. Finally, it has the same vintage ashtray bridge style, but unfortunately, this guitar doesn't bring the string-through body as the Harley Benton ones. Why am I considering this guitar actually as a superior guitar compared to the Harley Benton? It's basically because the quality of the wood and the level of finishing of this guitar is considered as relatively superior to the Harley Benton. So it is a guitar that is not ready to play as it is the Harley Benton, but it's a really good guitar in case you would like to upgrade, change maybe the pickups for the ones that have a little bit the voicing that you're looking for, maybe add some locking tuners, and you're really good to go. It's pretty stable, you have the nut bone, really good wood, you can even get the rosewood on the fingerboard for those who doesn't like the maple, so it's a really nice bet. And we are basically talking here about 210 euros, so not much more compared to the Harley Benton one. I would like to do a honorable mention. If you're watching this video right now in the moment that I am releasing, you still have the option to take the antique white version of this guitar. That is a limited edition. That is a really beautiful one. It's a white guitar with a basically golden binding and golden hardware. Really beautiful one. If you would like to take this opportunity, as it is a limited edition, it could be a really interesting choice. Now, let's take a look on the third one from the list. For the third one of the list, I'm bringing a new brand also, so I'm basically talking about the vintage V72, which, for those who doesn't know, it's basically the Wilkinson proprietary brand of guitars. So as you can expect, for those who already know Wilkinson a little bit more, we're talking about really high quality of guitars and also of products compared to the price that they offer. And for this guitar, it's not different. We are basically talking about the first semi-hollow body guitar on the list, what is really nice. And it also brings lots of options of coloring, but this one specifically that I would like to suggest to you, it's the other body with book-matched flame maple, which is really, really beautiful, really, really classy, and it's really nice guitar also in terms of specs. So let's take a look. In terms of bridge, it brings the Wilkinson, of course, WTB intonable bridge, which is possible to correct that classic issue of intonation on the Tele guitars, that actually you have the saddle covering two strings. So with this bridge, you have the possibility to intonate string per string, having a much better intonation in a general way. For the pickups, it brings the Wilkinson WTB Alnico single coil, and also the Wilkinson WDG Ceramic Mini double coil. What, as you can see here, it's a mix between the Alnico voicing and the ceramic voicing, what provides you a lot of flexibility, especially when you play in the middle position, that you can share a little bit of the good features of both of those pickups. Talking about machine heads, again, it also featuring Wilkinson WJ55 machine heads, what are really, really stable machine heads and really well finished ones. It has hard rock maple with classic vintage soft C profile neck, and it's really good for accuracy and speed because we're talking about a satin neck. So really nice if you're interested in playing a little bit faster. For the fingerboard, it has the matching maple depending on the finishing that you choose, but for this specific one, we are talking also about rosewood, which is really good again in terms of stability of the guitar. A scale length of 25.5 inches, the nut is graphite with 43 millimeters and 22 medium profile frets, what are really nice in terms of comfort for playing and also accuracy of playing. If you take a look at all these specs, it's not going to cost you a bunch of money. We're talking about a price standing point of 450 euros currently, what is a really good bang for the buck. And let's go now to the fourth one of the list. The fourth option that I'm bringing here, it's again a different brand, and I hope that you're going to be able to find at your country. I'm talking about the Michael Kelly 53 dB which is basically my first guitar, and I was able to find this guitar actually here in Europe, and Michael Kelly is actually an American brand. So I am pretty sure that if you're placed in US or if you're placed in Europe, you're going to be able to get access to those. It's a really good guitar in terms of specs and really nice in terms of cost benefit. So let's take a look at the specs. It brings an other body, a flame steel top with 22 medium jumbo frets in a really thin neck profile in modern C. So from all my guitars, this is the one that has the thinnest neck and the most comfortable if you're into shredding. It has a 25.5 length scale, what is a pretty standard again for a Tele, but the main difference from this one compared to the other ones that I mentioned, it's actually that this is a humbucker guitar, what brings you a little bit different voicing in terms of playing. It brings their own pickups that are actually the Rockfield SWC Plus pickups with the possibility of coil tapping by push-pull on the tone knob. It has a really good hardware, all produced by Michael Kelly. We're talking about a modern bridge with individual saddles for adjustments, just like the modern Stratocaster ones. And it also brings their own tuners, which are really good quality, but still die-casting ones. Currently, the Michael Kelly 53dB, it's costing around 479 bucks, so almost on our limit of 500 euros, but it's really good price for the offer on what you are receiving. And if you're interested in having a really good price for what you're receiving, paying a little bit less, now it's time finally to talk about our fifth option, which is the Earth ETT72. So Earth is back again, this time finally taking the first place in the list. The Earth ETT is basically the thin line of Earth guitars, bringing really beautiful options of finishing. So we are talking about the vintage sunburst, we're talking about the surf green, and also the vintage white. For those who watched my live stream this week, you probably saw that this guitar is currently in sale on the AliExpress August big sale. So if you're interested in getting this guitar, stay until the end because I'm going to give you a really nice offer. Talking about the specs, it brings a roasted Canadian maple neck in the same way as the Stratocaster that I mentioned before, a compound neck between U and C shape, and also the special finishing frets that are completely rounded. So you guarantee that you have 0 fret sprouts. It brings 22 medium jumbo stainless steel frets, a dual action truss rod with the turning wheel for adjustment, what is really comfortable in terms of access, a nut bone of 42 millimeters, a roasted book match mahogany body, what is a really fancy wood. It brings its own custom tuning machine heads and the custom bridge, which is a modern bridge, again with 6 saddles with individual adjustment of the intonation. And finally, it brings the custom shop Earth humbucker pickup styles, what are really nice. So again, one more guitar that is actually a humbucker, as some of the Fender thin line Telecasters actually are. So this is a really interesting guitar. Unfortunately, it doesn't bring coil tap or coil split, but this could be an easy upgrade that you would be able to do, considering all the stability and also the quality of building of this guitar. So if you're interested in having one of the most beautiful Telecasters of the affordable market currently, I have a special offer to you. Currently at AliExpress, you're able to get your ETT72 for only 320 bucks. And by using the promo codes that are exclusive here at the channel that you can find here on the description of this video, you can get even better price. So do not lose the opportunity to get this guitar. Soon the promo will finish and we don't know when we're going to have again really good offer like this one. And if you are not watching this video right after I'm releasing it, the Earth guitars are always with really good cost benefit. So currently they are costing without the promo around 429 euros. What it's not as good as the 320, but it's still a really good bang for the buck. And that's it, guys. For today, those are my 5 selected best Telecasters from the affordable market. I would like to hear now your opinion. Let me know here in the comments below if there are some of those guitars that you do not agree, if there is some guitar that you would add to my list. I would like to hear from you and also understand what is your opinion. And as always, if this video was helpful to you somehow, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button so YouTube is going to spread this video to many more other people, and of course, becoming a member of the channel so you can enjoy special perks like anticipate video releases, full DIY tutorials, and every month we have our special giveaway. I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. Now I'll leave you here with the previous video from the series showing the 5 best Stratocasters from the affordable market in 2024. I'll catch you on the next. Keep on rocking.